purposes.
Oh, yeah. Standard.
JWB speaking. Could I take a reference, please?
Hello there, sir. May I just take a moment to introduce myself and let you know what's going on then, sir? My name's David. I'm calling up on behalf of a client of mine. I'm acting as an agent like you are yourself today, sir. I'm going to give you some details shortly and endeavour to see if we've got power of attorney awarded to myself, and then I can proceed and help as an agent manage this case for my client. This call is recorded like yours. It's for legal and training purposes. It's for indemnification against the current trading policies that we have in place, the law, the legislation. So if you're all right to continue, I'm all right to continue, and I've got a reference, and I'd like you to be initially checking for my name with power of attorney on this case. Reference your reference, and then we'll proceed from there. Yeah.
All right, that's no problem, sir.
There's a reference. There's two that you've got. So I'll give you them both, and then you do what you need to do. But the same address to the same, legal person and whatnot. 3.
Okay, could you just confirm the name on the account, please?
Yes, the lady that's asked me to become an agent on her.
Okay, could you confirm the address and postcode for it, please? Okay, and what was your name, sir?
My name is David Jeremita.
Yeah, that's fine. You've got authorization on the account already, so that's not a problem.
Excellent. Thank you very much for facilitating and understanding that. It's a very confusing situation. You're not going to be up to speed with this. Do you need to read any notes on the file or make yourself familiar?
I'm just going to have a quick look.
Yeah.
I recognise the name. I think I might have dealt with it in the past, actually.
All right. Can I give a second reference as well, though, for you to do the same procedure on that? Because I need to talk about both of these at the
There's
same
two cases on the account. We've got the...
Yeah, those references. Yeah, that's brilliant.
Just bear with me, Sam. Just have a quick look, okay?
Yeah,
just,
yeah, no rush. Plenty of time. I'll leave you to it.
Yeah, so I actually spoke to her back in November. So, right, yeah, that's enough. Yeah, how can I help?
She's informed me that there was at some point a payment plan set up with these penalties and charges and claims at that address with the family as a guest at the time. They've facilitated some financial setup for this guy, and he's now left the property, and he's left them financially like this, and they don't know how to handle things, which is why they've asked me to just take a quick look at it all. But I said, has any payment been made or a payment plan offered? Is the account in dispute? And they said there was defaulted, and so the collection and the credit and the whatever this action is has come back to this address because this is the only address on your file of record. So
let me just have a look.
Yeah, please, if you could just see if there was any payments ever set up.
There was a payment. I actually took the first payment.
You, aren't I? I'm so glad that I've got you. Bless you.
Yeah. So basically, I can vaguely remember because when I seen the name, because I remember trying to chase him. Right. So basically, at that moment in time, I took a £50 down payment to put the account on hold to send in proof of financial hardship. That proof of financial hardship would be 3 months worth of bank statements.
I know, buddy. I know. You don't have to go and carry on.
Yeah. Right. So obviously all of that came across, right? Anyway, we received some bank statements. Let me just check. When did we receive these statements? Right, yeah, so we received the banks, but because obviously it's in Mrs. name, we weren't able to accept his financial circumstances, so we needed to receive the statements from her, even though he was going to pay for her, the bill's not in his name. Yeah, does that make sense?
Yeah, I know.
So obviously, we needed Mrs. Now, let me just check a bit further up.
So I was of the understanding these are traffic and penalty charges. When you say bills,
the Dartford crossing toll charges. So it's two cases for that.
Yeah.
So really, what we require statements, because obviously the bills are in her name. Even if he drove her car and got the ticket, it's still in her name. So to to set the arrangement up, we would have needed to see her bank statements. But so now you're telling me that obviously this man's gone away and the chances are he's not returning. Is that?
This is it. And she was
Yeah.
just the settlor of this vehicle was put into like a trust relationship setup. So I understand it has been seized and the vehicle, is gone. The private property vehicle, as you call it, has been seized for collection, and that's fine. She never drove it. She was what we call the settlor. She bought it. She had the allodial, title, the sale. She then gave that to the gentleman, and he was going to pay for it. So he's accepted that and took that gift from her, but because she's been on the V5 registration documents, which the DLA have got, which then in turn have led to details to be transpired to you, those were incorrect because the car was then, passed on and given under repayment when he was able to repay the debt. There was no contract as such to repay. It was a goodwill gentleman's agreement, word and bond.
Yeah, I understand.
So then
I
took
understand.
that property and they didn't update the V5 logbook, and then because you know what, I'll read between the lines here. He thought he's gone to a free run, so if
I get that point anyway.
You do this a lot. You know how people can hide and manipulate the system. So this lady is then tried to endeavour to sort stuff out, and she's getting confused and trying to pay stuff, but she can't because she's got. I can't divulge her personal data, but she's not. We would classify her as vulnerable, elderly, and a little bit confused now. She hasn't got the capacity or the capability to articulately manage all of this. So I said, if the gentleman in question, Leon, has incurred these fees and penalty charges under infringement of the Road Traffic Management Act, then the system is they go there to get the data. If that data is incorrect, you need to let people know. And the data is that she wasn't the driver, and she's given the name of the driver, and he's liable for that penalty charge notification, matey. So we need to get this debt passed on to his name because we can.
I understand.
Yeah, we need to manage this.
Let me just pop you a note for a minute. I'm actually going to get my manager involved because I'm going to see if there's something further that I could get sorted. Okay, just bear with me. I'm just going to pop you a note. Okay, I'll be as quick as I can.
If you just mention to him that it's to do with the 1998 Data Protection Act and all companies and part of the trading laws.
I've worked in Data Protection Act for absolute years. I know it inside out.
Thank you.
Bear with me. Okay, let's pop you a note. Thanks.
There's a lot more records there, and there's a lot more angles I can use to go to the fact that will be
Thank you for holding.
Hello there. 1 minute, buddy. Sorry,
hello?
Dad, you're on mute. Sorry, go on, carry on. It was on mute.
Yeah, it's fine, noise. It's fine. Right, so I spoke with the manager. He's given me a contact number for you. To contact, because obviously when we're working upon instructions from our clients, the cases go through the courts, then they're passed to us. So basically, obviously, because it's been passed over in her name, basically they've passed it us so that she's liable. For her to dispute the liability between her and another person, that would need to be something that you need to contact Northampton County Court for.
Statement of truth, sworn as a statement of truth, affidavit, statement of truth. That's one option. I've got the forwarding address of the lad's mum's house and address, and I've got his name. And you've said that you received joined an offer of contract from the named driver, and it's been rejected because the original debt you've got from your client is in the lady's name, Clarissa. And that's wrong. She's attempted to give you information to say it's a mix-up and she's not the driver. She never was. So just bear with me, buddy. I'm just going to ballpark in. The law says that the 1998 Data Protection Act needs to be correct, but you're saying the liability was ordered. That's right. Through any liability has been ordered and an act, or if it was an application, or if it was actually granted, I'd like to see if there was actually an enforcement order for the collection and taking control of goods. Is what you operate under. You see, I am legally trained, buddy, so just bear with me. Under the Taking Control of Goods Order Act, it stipulates in there that the alleged debtor can ask for the creditor to pass the debt back to the original creditor, even though county court judgment has been awarded. this is incorrect and the date is incorrect. So, you going back to the original point though, if the guy in question has admitted liability and rang up and said, I want to submit a means-tested evaluation form for you, and you've rejected it, he's offered contract, you see. Not rejected it, but you've said that the name doesn't match the account you have, but that's because the judgment is in error. So you're now getting this pointed out to you, and you are allowed to amend it. You have got discretionary powers. So
we can. So it's a part of our procedure. So I've just literally checked that with my manager. So what he's saying is that obviously that can be argued back with obviously Northampton County Court, and then they would discuss obviously the liability, and then what we'd have to do is we'd act upon further instruction. But obviously in the meantime, if you could send us the details for me, to be honest with you, I'd be more than happy to ring him myself and chase the money, because I don't agree with obviously the situation. I knew the situation in the first place, okay, but what he's done is obviously it's not fair. So obviously, completely.
He's reneged. He's left in the brown smelly stuff, and he's not out being honourable. He's not answering. He has attempted to though, but then it was rejected. So you see, under the law, he's agreed to contract and accept this debt, and you've got proof of that. You can remember that and stuff. So the law says that then you then let the liability go from the lady, you know, for been accepted upon. But once you've accepted it, you've then rejected it. So your manager needs to hear this call. Please make him aware that my domain is presently https sovereignparalegals.uk. I have a contact email at Sovereign Paralegals, and I'm currently building a secondary website for support and stuff called splspro.com. We are a private, organisation, a trust, if you like. I'm a private trust, and I have members which are beneficiaries. They give me the power of attorney and so forth, and I'm the trustee, if you like. So you have a lawful position here. Remember, this is what I'm saying now. So I will accept that you're telling me your procedures are, but I've made you aware of the law now on this call. We will be submitting communication to Northampton County Court Business Handling Centre, where there are no courts and there are no judges, you see. So I'm familiar with this procedure and this establishment. They're not too friendly and too forthcoming. So what we'll have to do is put a notice and serve them. Misrepresented certain notices that we can serve. But you will be required. You know, the agents that you're sending round for the collection of this. There's no contract and there's no consent from the lady, and she wants it to cease and desist the harassment and the intimidation. I know you're not going out personally, but you and I aren't at the door when this transaction or attempt of contract is going down. And for a lady of that age and that condition, your company has also got a duty of care. This is why your manager needs to hear this call, to say that you can't, trespass on property when there is no lawful jurisdiction.
We were just acting upon instructions, sir.
I know you are, and that's fine. And I'm an agent, and I'm acting on instructions. And Hitler's soldiers were acting on instructions. It doesn't mean that we're all right. It just means that until the situation gets, professionally handled, or the rule of law is followed, and the legal statutes, then people are not aware. But when you're made to be aware, then this Leon, I will forward the information on to you guys gladly, because you need that to act upon, and it's an offer of goodwill and intent. This lady needs this account sorting out. It's not her account. It's the account of whoever issued it, and she hasn't accepted it. And you've got first-hand knowledge now of the full situation of your position. The guys need to stop going round. It's called a verbal cease and desist, buddy. I will put it in writing as well. They may not go round or contract or try to or trespass, or if they ignore this, then it will be, it'll be even worse. So ultimately, I thank you very much for your time. If this lady was due to pay any bills, or she was guilty or been to a court of law, and under the rule of law, a judge in a real court had awarded true liability, then it was an actual crime that she committed with harm, injury, and loss, then she would have addressed it and made remedy. But she has not committed a crime. I'm wrapping it up, buddy. There is no crime. It's a civil matter, and with a civil matter, it's not criminal. criminal. And you might not know this, brother, but different laws apply, different rules apply, so different jurisdictions apply. So I've made my client aware, and I've made your company, you aware. You've got good knowledge, and you seem like a good lad, so respect for that. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Do you want to take an email address?
Yeah, keep me in the loop with the details so I can get on with this next part of the service. Go on.
Yeah, customer care.
This is going to be a generic one, isn't it? Go on, yeah.
Customer care at jwb.co.uk.
jwb.co.uk. Right, then I've got that. Do I need to put, have you got an email I can copy you in with, or you're not allowed to, or?
No, I won't be able to receive that email. Just send it to customer care at jwb.co.uk.
I've got that then. What was your name, buddy?
My name's Alex.
Alex, you've been great. Thank you for understanding everything that's gone off. You understand what's gone off today, yeah?
Yeah, completely. I'm going to get my manager to have a listen.
All right, then, as long as you completely understand and everything's
completely understand.
my end and your end, that's fine then. Then brilliant. Thanks for your help. And,
all right, thanks for that.
All right, goodbye.
All right, cheers. Thanks. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Purposes.
Oh, yeah. Standard.
JWB speaking. Can I take a reference, please?